Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Vielleicht ein bisschen zu laut? Nee, ist gut. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Monitoring of carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide in wastewater treatment plants. With our Silarex WWE sensor to compliance, multi-gas monitoring, and process optimization. Welcome. My name is Frank Arnold from Smart Gas company from Heilbronn in Germany. Yes, why multi-gas monitoring is becoming more and more indispensable. It's the European Union climate law, the emission of greenhouse gases, GHG. They have to be reduced by 2030 by 55% and by net zero by 2050. So there's a high pressure on the industry, high pressure on the technology to fulfill these requirements. And it's based on the EID, the Industrial Emission Directive, and the new EU nitrous oxide regulation. It's mandatory continuous measuring of nitrous oxide in wastewater treatment plants. Just as information, nitrous oxide is identified as one of the biggest contributors for the climate problems we are facing around the world. So the global warming potential factor is at 265. If you know this, carbon dioxide is set as global warming potential factor 1. So it's a very intense because the amount of nitrous oxide is pretty high, which is released into the atmosphere. So it's significant to reduce this gas as an emission out of human exhaust, out of human processes like wastewater treatment plants. The EU climate law and IED, it's the best available technique required. Some of the regulations are said to be, it's well known that the technology is not there, but we keep the focuses 2030 and 2050. And nitrous oxide has to be measured continuously in wastewater treatment plants in the big aeration tanks and digesters. And it will transfer directly into the European Community emission reporting. It's a little bit of a challenge, but where do these gases come from? Most of us might know this. Carbon dioxide, all burning of fossil fuels, energy resources. In the chemical reaction, the result is carbon dioxide and water as an ideal result. But this is the main impact of carbon dioxide will be released into the atmosphere. All the power stations, all our heatings at home, driven by gas or oil or even coal, all cars with regular petrol or diesel-driven engines releasing CO2. CH4, methane, will be released by anaerobic digestions, by fouling processes in certain places out of farming and agricultural processes. And nitrous oxide, more in Germany known as laughing gas, Lachgas. It comes out of nitrification, denitrification. Of course, when you add some chemicals, you have short-term peaks in the concentration. And again, it's the key driver of this greenhouse gas reduction in wastewater treatment plants. Coming back to this to this infrared peaks on one of the other on other slides, you see that there's a significant problem in gas detection. One big challenge is humidity. You know, wastewater treatment plant. It's the purification of our sewage water. So all processes, all headspaces about the tanks, about the digesters are saturated with water vapor related to the existing concentrations, the temperatures in the atmosphere. So there's separate sensors has to be in place to measure the concentration and to compensate with other signals. Nitrous oxide measurement under high concentration of carbon dioxide. That's a big problem. As I said before, you see that the peaks, we are using NDIR technology in our sensors, the peaks of nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide are pretty close together, so you have a interference at high concentration, especially of CO2. This has to be taken in consideration. The problem is that nitrous oxide is a very inert molecule. It's really, let's say, it's a lazy molecule. It's not willing to step into chemical reactions. So there are not much detection principles available on the market to detect it and to be detected. And the NDIR technology is almost the only detection principle which works. But N2O, nitrous oxide, is a low absorbing substance. So it's really difficult when you have a strong absorber like carbon dioxide as a partner or as in the mixture of the gas. You have a strong influence and you have to take it in consideration. What we do is we know both of the spectra of carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide, so you can do a compensation by just a simple calculation, reducing the one spectrum from the other, so that you can get the clear concentration of nitrous oxide. This will be done in the sensor in real time. There are several other state-of-the-art measuring technologies for direct readings. Of course, our principle is NDIR technology, non-dispersive infrared detection. And the other one is FTII, the Fourier transform infrared detection, which is an instrument which it's measuring a lot of gases across the entire range of infrared light in high frequency, permanent and real time. It's very expensive, even like gas chromatography, but in gas chromatography you have this kind of limitation that the sensitivity of N2O is not very good in gas chromatography. So what we have, I have this sensor, which is the sensor which can be built into your analyzer, into your wastewater treatment plant. It's a multi-gas sensor, even if it's just one cuvette. We have implemented 3 channels for gas detection inside, and it's in real time. You have the precise, very precise nitrous oxide detection, and yeah, it's possible to apply the integration of the EU compliant reporting. As I said, continuous nitrous oxide measuring at critical process points, aeration tanks and digesters, data logging directly to the European community. It's a European community-wide project to evaluate how much nitrous oxide will be released by wastewater treatment plants. And well, I think the next step is that there will be done some optimizations of the wastewater treatment plant processes to reduce it. Just as an example, we have this problems years ago with diesel emissions. Diesel engine release a lot of NOx, nitrous oxides, and the solution is the AdBlue that you that you add urea to a certain status or of the engines into the combustion chamber, and then you will really reduce the NOx, the NOx concentration, and the process is running well. I think this will be the result out of these evaluations across Europe, across the European community. Well, we're meeting already the legal compliance. We have an early warning system available with this for high concentrations, high peaks of nitrous oxide. Of course, it's energy saving when you optimize the wastewater treatment plant process and reduce the nitrous oxide emission. You would probably potentially save energy. Of course, you have a lower impact into the atmosphere, so the greenhouse gas reduction is significant, because almost every community around Europe, around the world, has a wastewater treatment plant of more or less the same chemical reactions, the same procedures. And so this will affect the entire, later on, maybe the entire world, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Of course, there's a corporate social responsibility, sustainability documented and measurable. So this sensor, this project could be a big step in reducing the greenhouse gas emission of our human societies, of our human living. Of course, early adoption. We are on a very early state of this project. This would avoid fines later on and loss of reputation. So if we are at the front end of the development, so it's a good thing. And our Cellarex sensor WWE is a complete multi-gas monitoring solution with European Community compliant nitrous oxide detection. Yeah, that was a quick presentation, and thank you for your attention.